What do you know? What do you know, Brett?
I know that I need to stop thinking I know stuff.
I know. I'm going to start this bad boy here in just a minute.
The house feels empty tonight. It's a lonely scream down there, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Just you and me, huh?
Well, it's just weird, that Canada's closed for the evening, so Andrew can't come out to play, and
Massachusetts is just it's like spring break and a big sex fest.
Right. Yeah,
right?
That's what's going on.
Yeah, I was going to play a video. Well, here, let's start the show and tell everybody what we're doing.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Let's do this thing we call love.
Oh, here we go.
8, 7, 6. Wow, look at that. It's almost like a...
Nice, huh?
It is. It's great. It's almost like something big's going to happen at the end of it, though.
I made that.
Instead of everybody just being disappointed.
I built that.
You didn't build that. You didn't build that. You didn't.
Okay.
Gonna have to send Al Gore his royalty check for his creating the internet, and you're using it. So.
Yeah.
Never.
No, we're not ready for this. What do you think?
Not ready for this at all.
What, Brett? What do you think of our new opening?
I like it. It's the graphics are, that's well produced right there. That's something you would see on.
I did that.
I very well done.
I built that.
Well done. I mean, how many hats do you wear in this little troupe that we have, though? I mean, it's.
I wear the host.
You're the host. You're the creator. You're
I did a commercial for us the other day too. A Geico commercial.
Right. You're a producer. You're the latte drinker. We know that.
I'm not very good at any of them except
no.
drinking lattes.
Exactly. You got that one down well. And actually, you're very good at acquiring lattes, just in general. I mean, just out of the mist arrives the glorious beverage known as the latte.
But look at this. I actually went away from, so our screen that used to scroll across the top that said, boy, I'd sure love a latte.
I know what happened to that.
The open mic.
I know,
if
right?
anybody does want to call, they can call in on the show, 503-489-9501 to comment.
That's 503-489-9501. Get your calls in early. After all, this is a talk show, and without you, there is no talking. Please remember.
Without you, there is no us.
Without you, there is no us.
Yeah.
And God forbid there is no us.
I'm starting to feel a little sad. We should just go now.
I know, right? It's just lonely in here,
So, Amy is. I'm so mad at myself. I had it all planned to show a little a colt who was just wobbly knees walking around. That's why Amy can't be with us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sierra is playing CNA. Wait, CN.
Registered something. CRN? Certified Registered Nurse? There you go.
Making it.
She
said that her brother's sick and she's got to be a nurse. Oh, darn.
Of course,
it.
Of course, exactly. But I'll give her credit for the excuse is somewhat unique. Amy's is completely acceptable because all of us would miss the show to be on our backs. And I'm just, did I say that? I didn't. What? No, I meant to come back. You know what? I'm just gonna forget.
Let's
I said.
Move on.
Yeah.
We still love Sierra though.
Of course.
Yeah.
She is our only hope.
And we love Amy. And Andrew's sound asleep. So
Andrew is most likely, he's most likely passed out.
I mean, he's like 1 day a week. We're like 1 day.
I know, right? You can't make it one day a week?
He says, well, I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep one day a week for us. We still love him. Whatever.
Absolutely. Hey, right. 4 or 5 hours, by the way. That's a long, solid night for me.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't. Yeah.
I only get. All right.
You didn't see my commercial.
I did. I absolutely did. I mean, both those guys in there, they're couple of handsome men there.
You didn't comment on it.
I'm sorry, I should have. I just thought you would
like it. You didn't go.
I thought you would have an understanding that there was nothing but love for your commercial.
Can I show it?
Yeah, you should show it. I think you should show it. And the reason that we want to show this is because we need to let the audience know that this show is continuing to progress and improve and become more and more technologically advanced. And by the way, before you show this, I would like to point one thing out, because I think this might be the first time ever we started on time without a glitch.
No glitch.
There was no glitch. We're actually doing the show. We're not still sitting here going like, crap, it's 7:06.
Maybe Amy and Sierra bring us bad luck at the beginning of the show, so we should start the show and bring them in.
Maybe we could start the show with just you and I, get through that first 6, 7, 8 minutes that's always boggled our minds as to why it never works.
Yeah.
And bring them in after, invite them in. And now we're going to bring Amy and Sierra on. You bring them in. It sounds a lot better. And that way, we don't have the...
In all seriousness, I was so frustrated at... so I started out with this little tiny mixer, little 4-channel mixer.
Right.
At $59, right? Well, it was $99 when I bought it. It was $59 later, and then I traded it back in 4 months later, and they still gave me $99. I'm telling you, man, Guitar Center is the place to go. Those people take care of you. So, anyways, then I go and I get the beast mode. I get Allen and Heath FX10. This thing is the bomb, and it's like it's either too complicated or I don't know what was going on, but I couldn't make the damn thing work. So I go to another Guitar Center, trade it in, tell him what I'm trying to do, and he goes, you know what? Just this week, we got the brand new Mackie Pro FX8 version 2.
This guy's a sales guy, man. You're
Dude,
like, really?
I'm like drooling. So I brought it home, plugged it in. This is what we got. This is what
without a hitch.
With
that easy.
No practice. I did a little bit of practice with Andrew.
Sure.
And what did we get? On his side, but that's because he's Canada.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, Canada's already, I think, if I'm right, they're already trying to scramble our message because they don't want, what we're bringing.
No.
That's what the problem is.
So, anyways, here's the commercial that I did. It's the first of what we're going to look back on this stuff and laugh at how sophomoric it is. But I couldn't wait anymore. I kept telling Andrew, dude, I need you to film me a clip with your kid. Teaching your kid to go, eh?
Eh?
So the theory is that Geico, 15%, you're going to save on your car insurance, blah, blah, blah. So this one, you watch the show, you're going to get 15% smarter, and, hey, did you know up in Canada they teach their kids to go, eh? So I just pulled this out of my ass the other day. Here we go. Let's see if it... Hey, Jim, did you know that if you watch The Blast, you'd get at least 15% smarter? JK, everybody knows that. But did you know that up in Canada, they actually teach their kids to say, eh? Should have kept moving there.
Practice our vowels, okay?
I like how you threw the flag in there.
Yeah.
E, I, O, U. Now, which one of those is the most important one?
I don't know.
A? That's awesome.
3 years old.
That's awesome. She's too cute too, by the way. That's
now,
my granddaughter. Where did you kidnap that kid?
Just down the street.
Just down the street.
My granddaughter.
Grabbed her right off the front porch.
All right, so honest to God. So we get it all set up. And I go, okay, Rhea, so you're going to do the vowels A, E, I, O, U. And then Grandma's going to go, and which one's the most important? You're going to go, A? So we practice. So we get it dialed in. I'm filming, and she goes, Rhea, which one's the most important? I? Frick, no.
No.
I said, no. A. Okay.
Close.
She said A. 4 times in a row. Rhea, what's the most important? I? Oh my God. So then she runs in the front room. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, that's the self-centered nature of a 3-year-old, though. I mean, it's like I, mine, I.
Well, so she comes back, and I'm like, okay, so let's do this one more time. And so when she looks over at me, and I'm going behind the camera, I'm going, that's why she kept looking, and I go, she goes, A? I don't know.
Is that what you were fishing for, Grandpa?
Yeah.
That's cute.
So
She's a cute kid, though.
We don't have a good cop bad cop segment, but since we're doing a no-show show tonight, I do want to see what it looks like. Let's see if that sounds good, huh?
Yeah, it does. It fits right in there. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, so I added all the little police chatter and all that stuff, but we do not have a good cop bad cop segment tonight. So we won't do that.
But while we're on that, we don't have to have a segment on it, but I'd like to point out something, and something I've noticed lately. If you're on, it's Cop Block, I believe, and
yeah,
it's a Facebook page, and you actually turned me onto that a while back, and you and I hold a very similar opinion of the attitude of our policing in this country. And I mean, I by no means think that all cops are bad, but I do think the thin blue line and peer pressure, blah blah blah, and we see it more and more with the technology that we have, the cell phones, the recording of interaction. And one thing I've noticed lately, and there's been some articles and whatnot on it, that they're trying to say that Cop Block is a hate group. I don't know. Have you seen some of these?
No, but I believe it.
And I keep asking the people that would suggest that it is. Maybe that it's police officers or ex-police officers or family members of police officers, or people who just choose to think that no matter what the police do, it's okay. Who in their right mind would have a problem with filming the police? Why would that be a bad thing? Who in the right mind would say, hey, look at what these guys did. This cop did this and completely, abused his power and took away rights. And how can that be hate? I mean,
Well, I mean, they're not, okay, we'll just say this. They're not friendly towards the cops by any means. So, I mean, is there a difference between hate and not friendly? Because they're certainly not friendly towards cops.
No, and by the way, and I would still say, for as much as I appreciate seeing some of the articles and whatnot, some of the stories that they put up, hate would be a strong word. I don't think they hate. I think they're just pointing out that, hey guys, we're watching you, and
they're disgusted.
You're right, and it's very much so, and I am too. I mean, just the protect and serve, and you work for the people, for God's sakes,
I mean, okay. People would take this wrong when I say this. I'm just going to say it because I'll have to talk my way back out of it anyway after I say it. The police have caused oh my God, really? Thank you.
How did that happen?
Oh my gosh.
You didn't even have to advertise it.
Let me just show what just happened. Okay.
What? No, wait a second. It's a Oh,
miniature scones that have little sugar on them or whatever, little glaze. The Blast.
dude, I can't believe you're going to divorce her. I mean, after what you told me the other day. Oh, I'm not supposed to.
My next wife said that she'll make me.
She'll still do it. You're fine then. That's all good.
I'm fine.
All right, never mind.
So the police have brought this upon themselves
I
because
agree.
if there was never a blue line, if there was never protecting a cop for another cop or whatever, and the police unions weren't protecting bad cops, and they have brought this upon themselves. So they need to clean up their own house in order to, if you want to have respect, then you earn the respect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You respect just because you have a tough job.
Right. Now, I also want to make it clear, too, is that I don't think that what they do is anything less than dangerous. I don't think that it's anything less than, it's probably very stressful. I mean, if I were to be sitting in my car and somebody called me on the phone and said, hey, Brett, get over to my house, man, there's some guys out front, they're shooting at the house, and I ain't going. It's like, no, I think I'll, call me and let me know how that turns out. So, I mean, being in a position to where I had to go because it's my job,
They're wearing vests, are they not?
Sure. Well, and I would think in some cases, most cases.
But they've
you
got it done.
I mean, there are certain situations where you got to do what you got to do to survive. You're walking into a situation where it's a bunch of, it's some white trash freaks all hopped up on drugs, and things maybe don't go as according to plan. I don't think any cop walks into any situation wanting to hurt or kill or anything like that. But I think more than that, those situations aren't as common as the revenuing,
right.
Just that type of thing. The mentality of why I pulled you over today? Yeah, because you came up with some BS reason, like I only went 90 feet with my signal on to change lanes instead of 100 feet. Come on, you just did that so you can write me a $149 ticket and put some money in the state's pocket.
Well, and after all the crap that's gone on, and then you literally have 137 shots go into a freaking car.
Oh yeah.
Finishing up by a cop standing on top of the car shooting
Right.
into it. Are you freaking kidding me?
But you know what? Think about that. Now there's two things that happened there, and I'll go pro cop for a second, believe it or not. In that situation, I don't know what it must be like to be in a life or death situation where there's potentially somebody. Okay, in this case, the person didn't even have a gun, so this is a bad one. But I mean, you're in a situation where maybe you're under the assumption that said person in said car has a gun and your life is in danger, and all those and the adrenaline and the endorphins and all the chemical reactions in your body start to go off and they overwhelm you, and you wind up actually literally losing control, and you wind up on the top of a top car shooting into a front windshield. What was it?
Yep.
Reloading 3 times. It's.
But to interject something there about what you said this word about 14 times in that 30 seconds. You said you. There was about 14 of them there.
There was.
So we're talking about people. Where the heck was their training? I mean, they're trained to deal with things under pressure. So 14 of their training failed.
Well, it's no different. It's the other end of the scale when it comes to the mob mentality. When one person starts to act out, and you're in like a situation where there's a protest that's peaceful up until it turns violent, that's usually because 2 or 3 people start to clash. Somebody throws a beer bottle, hits somebody else, like a cop or something like that, and so things escalate and they grow out of control. It's the same thing with them. 14 guys didn't do the right thing. Not one of them. One of them didn't go, whoa, stop.
Right. And shouldn't there be like a sergeant or some person of authority? Was just 14 Indians with no chief?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And
well, I guess the other thing.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing too, that the thin blue line, that's a problem. It's a culture secrecy and protection amongst themselves. And then, of course, we have a court system and DAs that refuse to indict when laws are literally broken on they always find an excuse. Oh no, we're gonna let him off even though he did that. He was protecting himself. Really?
Well, here you got a guy. Now I don't know all the circumstances. I really don't. I barely know any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this internet drug dealer guy got life in prison with no parole. Now I guess some people died, but I don't know what his part was in all of that. You know, I mean, they don't take any responsibility for buying drugs. I don't know the story. But then you got other people who actually murder and do this and that, and they might get 4 years or 14 years or 7 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing's upside down.
Absolutely correct.
Let's move in because this is a no-show show. I kind of want to test out some of the things. So breaking news. I got a breaking news headline, and what we'll be plugging into there is breaking news. This story isn't necessarily some big headline. It could have gone into the water cooler talk.
Right.
But
Sure.
I put it here just because I want to. Whoops. I want to have a. So let's see how this turns out though for breaking. Oh. See what she looks like.
And now, from the Blast News Desk.
Yeah. Breaking headlines. That's kind of a cool little thing. We should probably add something now from, whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this gal, watch what happens. I'm going to play a little video, but this lunch lady, did you hear about this?
I did.
Yeah, we're going to, for anybody that didn't, we're just going to go ahead and play the video on it because it's really pretty disturbing.
At Dakota Valley Elementary School in Aurora. She lost her job.
Start over. Here we go.
New at 10 tonight, she says she couldn't stand by and do nothing, but what she did got her fired. The kitchen manager at a local school lost her job for feeding hungry students. Tom Meston live at the Cherry Creek School District tonight. And Tom, she says despite being fired, she would do it again.
Karen, Della Curry is a married mother of 2, and she says she understands Cherry Creek schools were simply following policy when they fired her. She gets that. But she also says she loves all of her students, and she would do it all again in a heartbeat. Della Curry is out of work and unashamed after being fired by the Cherry Creek School District.
And I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Della is the former kitchen manager at Dakota Valley Elementary School in Aurora. She lost her job Friday after giving school lunches to students who didn't have any money.
I had a first grader in front of me crying because she doesn't have enough money for lunch. Yes, I gave her lunch.
Under federal law, students who fail to qualify for the free lunch or reduced lunch program receive 1 slice of cheese on a hamburger bun and a small milk. Della says that meal is not sufficient, and many times she paid for lunches out of her own pocket.
I'll own that I broke the law. The law needs to change.
To qualify for the free lunch program, a family of 4 would have to have a household income of around $31,000, below $45,000 for a reduced lunch. Della says the students she helped out did not qualify for either program.
Kids whose parents make too much money to qualify, but a lot of times they don't have enough money to eat.
Parent Darnell Hill says Della had helped out his son when he forgot his lunch money.
Do something different besides fire. She's trying to help.
And now Della is hoping her story will lead to some changes.
If me getting fired for it is one way that we can try to change this, I'll take it in a heartbeat.
Now, the Cherry Creek School District tells me they can't comment on personnel issues, but, quote, anyone who has ever been terminated has violated some kind of written policy. Della Curry acknowledges that did happen in her case, but she says she's looking forward to addressing the school board about making changes in the lunch policy.
Anyone who has ever gotten fired has broken some policy. Now, first of all, I understand whatever the government regulation is, getting a free or reduced lunch, but as I understand it, she paid for it out of her pocket. So is there also
some of them? She said some of them.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, is there a written rule that says you are not allowed? It's against the law to buy a child lunch. So what am I missing?
I can't see that there would be a law But I mean, I guess
somebody needs to be fired, like the school principal and the people in charge.
If I'm looking to define the excuse to fire her, you could say that by taking on the responsibility of providing food to that child, maybe there's a situation where the parent specifically didn't want the child to eat that food, and then she gave it to him anyway, and then the parent could get angry and say, I didn't want my kid eating that fish stick and the bad salad that you gave him.
I wanted them to have bread and ketchup.
And bread and ketchup, exactly. Because that's fantastic, though. You got the bun and the slice of cheese, and what was it? Milk? Was there milk involved?
Yeah, little milk.
So there you go. So basically, sugar and fat. That's solid. There you go. Oh wait, I'm sorry. There might be some trace calcium in the cheese, but.
Unbelievable. Hey, let's do we're gonna do water cooler talk, and I've got it just loaded with crap. But I'm gonna put something in front of it first because I was hoping the girls would be here for this one, but it's all right because this is gonna stump you too.
Or will it?
Giovanni Carmazzi, T. Martin, Chris Redmond, Spurgon Wynn the Third, Brandon Whedon. Guess what they all have in common?
They're all transgender?
Okay, next topic.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Guess what profession each of them did.
Oh, God. T. Martin, Chris. I'm looking at the names. The Win the Third. Looking at the lineup there, I would say there might be, IndyCar drivers? I don't know. No idea.
The 5 worst quarterbacks drafted over Tom Brady or Russell Wilson.
And do you know what's weird? I follow football, and I don't recognize any of those names.
Right.
Maybe Brandon Whedon.
Right.
That'd be the only one.
Now, this isn't the 5 worst quarterbacks drafted over Tom Brady or Russell Wilson. This is the 5 worst general managers and draft experts.
Ah.
Can you believe? Really?
That's crazy.
That any of these guys who washed out like basically within the first year, some of them played like I read about. This one played 5 games and they were done.
Right.
That one played 8 games.
Snaps.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw that and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna throw that up there. All right. So let's check out our water cooler segment. I'm going to turn that guy up. Oh, wait. Whoops.
My name is Jay. Hey. Ah!
I like that.
Water cooler conversations. Water cooler conversations.
Water cooler.
All right, so that is our around the water cooler conversations. Just stuff that you'd be in the office, which thank God you and I don't have an office. But if we did,
I know, right?
If we did, we'd meet over by the water fountain, and we'd leave our cubicles and go, "Hey, Brett, did you know that most Japanese schools don't even have janitors or custodians?"
What? Really?
Yeah, they believe that requiring students to clean the schools themselves teaches respect, responsibility, and emphasizes equality.
There's a little synchronicity in this first topic here, because I was actually thinking about that school lunch discussion there. What if there were students that couldn't afford to maybe pay for their lunch that day? We live in a society where we hope that the majority of us grow up and develop into hardworking, providing for themselves, giving back to the community type people. So how about this? Maybe there are certain kids that maybe can't afford that school lunch, and have them earn it. you know, maybe it's cleaning the chalkboard or one of those classics, you know, like.
Right.
But here you're seeing it right here.
Yeah.
You know, these kids are saving the school a lot of money by not having to employ a janitor or employing one maybe part time, and you know maybe that earns them, you know, instead of just the cheese sandwich, maybe they get 2 slices of cheese, you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, schools are supposed to be there for teaching, right?
Right.
All right, so let's take this one down. If we were standing around the water cooler, we might talk about the $15 minimum wage.
Right, absolutely.
And honestly, I would want to make $15 an hour if I was working any place that was. I mean, who wouldn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure.
I don't know that these corporations couldn't afford to do it because maybe their CEO wouldn't make $9 million a year this year. Maybe he'd make $8 million a year.
That's just in bonus.
Paying his employees a little better wage. I don't know. But this is what they're going to. Machines. Push a button.
Of course.
And the 2 or 3 people in the background will make that for you.
Now, here's something to point out, too, by the way. And this is what the morons that are all for this don't really get. But why do we have city councils and why do we have governments and you know, Los Angeles, Seattle, you know, some pretty major metropolitan areas? What is the real reason that they're doing this? And you're a moron if you don't really understand why they're doing this. It's because it builds.
Wait. My hand's up. I don't understand.
Jim,
I'm a moron.
Do you have an answer? You don't have the answer. It's not to lift up, because there ain't anybody on the Los Angeles City Council that gives a shit about the guy making $8-10 an hour. None of them care. They get into their Lexus, they go home. What do those types of people care about? The people that are making these decisions. What really motivates them? Money, income, and that means taking your income, which means if you're making $15 an hour, we get to tax more of your income. We will take more of what you make. It will put more money in our pockets. That's what it's all about.
Bingo.
That's it.
Good
That's
point.
it.
I did not think of that. I did not.
Raises the revenue of tax base, and that is what the motivation is here. And in other words, they're going to take it. They're going to take it out of the ass, so to speak, of the owners of small business and large business. And in other words, they can't find a clever way to tax them more.
Taxing.
So they're going to backdoor it, force them to pay the employees more, and then they can tax those employees more dollars and get the revenue they so desired in the first place.
It's a tax increase.
It is. It's a tax. It's a roundabout tax. It's sort of like the Obamacare. Oh, it's not a tax. It's not a tax. Right up until you need to call it a tax to make it legal.
All right. What scares Ronda Rousey?
Very large spiders?
Nope, this is absolutely true. We're going to read a little interview that she had. Any guesses? I mean, real guesses. What scares Ronda Rousey?
Getting old.
Nope.
No?
3 guesses.
Bruce Jenner?
Maybe.
That's my I don't know. It might make the list. I'm not sure. All right. Oh, there you go. That's funny, actually. That's because in the midst of kicking some other girl's ass, you don't want to be flaring the old camel toe, do you?
Ever witnessed a Ronda Rousey fight? You notice that every time after the contest ends, she immediately jumps up and adjusts her shorts. Now, in an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, the UFC women's bantamweight champion explains why. It has to do with a certain wardrobe malfunction, often referred to as camel toe.
Wow.
A claim that refers to the outline of a woman's labia, majora, as seen through tightly fitting clothes.
Yeah.
Due to a combination of anatomical factors and the tightness of the fabric covering it. Okay, we don't need to continue.
Speaking of covering, I'm glad we covered this topic.
I love Ronda Rousey, but
of course.
Here's a little thing I'm going to read real quick. Zipping along the high, and I only mention this because we don't think of things like this when with women fighting and what the extra thing that they have to go through. So, for instance, while she's fighting, she's thinking of this. Now watch. Zipping along the highway in her messy white Range Rover toward her gym today, the hard case, Rousey, is not exactly the one to whatever. I can't read very well. Anyway, she's laughing loudly and talking about her 2013 fight with Liz Carmucci, and how at one point her bra nearly got tugged aside. I have a weigh-in bra that's smaller and lighter, and I'm a girl, so it's cuter too, and I want to look cute, she says. But on fight night, who cares about looking cute? It needs to be effective. Only on that particular fight night, I didn't have an effective bra. I just had two cute bras. So I had to wear one of them. She laughs again, thinking about what could have happened had some quick rearranging during the fight gone wrong. At one point, I was perilously close to losing to showing everyone my nipples. So the second I got off my back, here she's fighting. The second I got off my back, my mind shifted to, cover yourself up, girl. And then Liz saw that. She kicked me right in the chest, which she was entirely right to do. I would have done it if I was her. So here she is fighting, and she jumps up and has to fix herself, and the other girl realizes it and kicks her. Right?
Take advantage of the weak moment. I mean, that's good fighting right there.
She says, and then there are the shorts the girls wear, just the way they ride up. The first Misha fight, that's Misha Tate, she got her hooks in from behind, and I was like, oh, I can get out of here easy. But if I did, I would flash everyone. So I had to figure out a way to pull her feet out from under my where my business was facing down, not facing the world, she giggles. And then I have a phobia about camel toe. I swear to God, every time after I win, even before I take my mouth guard out, I pull my shorts down, and it's become a phobia of the high def camel toe. Who's calling? Someone from Missouri. So, and she goes, and I don't want people zooming in on the internet now and everything since I said it. But these are things that, you know, women do or put up with that we don't even think about. You know, dudes aren't going to think about that.
No, actually, no. I've never thought, you know, oh, this is my cute jock strap, and I wear this, you know, when I'm, weighing myself because it's a little lighter than the other one. It doesn't have quite the coverage or the strength of my normal jock strap.
Right.
But, you know, that's not a conversation you're ever going to hear a guy have.
But in here, you've got somebody trying to kick your ass, and you're worried about,
right.
Well, if I get off my back this way, I'm definitely going to flash everyone. I mean, that's a disadvantage for some of these girls.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And basically it's a societal disadvantage. I mean, I guess the real thing is like, okay, let's just say she did get up in the midst of a fight. Well, the fight is what we're all focused on or should be focused on. But you know what the story would then become, you know, all over the internet, all over the news, you know, It would be the nip slip. Oh, the nip slip. Oh, her nipple slipped out. Oh, let's make a big deal. We're not going to talk about her training or her commitment, her dedication, her weightlifting program, the diet that she's on, the dedication she has to her sport. None of that, because now we're talking about a freaking nipple.
Nip slip. Yep.
A nip slip, and it's like how ludicrous is that?
Yeah,
you know, 13-year-old boys dig it, but I mean, other than that, the most of us are like, come on, it's like, really, this is what we're going to focus on.
Exactly. Hey, I'm going to pull up some funny. It was like Russian people. What the heck? What the F? I came across. I saw this the other day. In Russia, it says in Russia they abolished feeling cold several decades ago.
That's awesome. It looks like a lovely balmy spring afternoon there.
Yeah. Next one. The father, the kid is jumping out the window. The father is like, and he's like, doesn't matter, had sex. Rushing dating 101.
Sure, right there.
Okay, this one. In Russia, road rage takes a whole new meaning. Now, it's hard to see that, but this guy jumps out of his car and he jumps on the windshield of another car and starts kicking on it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay. This was a video, so I had to keep clipping and snipping pictures. So first of all, in this video, the very first one, the guy in the upper left-hand corner, you can just barely see the car.
Right.
He's trying to merge into the lane. And
Right.
so he starts to merge in on the second one. Then the bottom left, he sticks his head out the window with a gun, points it at the car behind him.
Wow, that's
Pulls
awesome.
himself in and then keeps going. Kind of like, yeah. So I don't know. I had to do that one.
There's only one scenario, like in a situation like that, where people are trying to merge, that I will sometimes be a dick and not let them in. It's like,
yeah.
Oftentimes you wind up where there's a left lane and a right lane. And the right lane is where everybody needs to be because they're getting off the freeway or they're turning right or something like that. But people will travel up that left lane because there's no traffic all the way to the front of the line.
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll try to merge in instead of doing the proper thing. And you know what? You got here last, get in the back.
You do the same. I do that.
I do too. Oh, I do. Dude, especially if I see a semi or something I can get in front of because it's going to be slow. I'll do that. But
there's always some dipshit who's going way too slow that you can slip in.
Yep.
But you're right. When you do see it, flip side is you'll try to block them out.
Yep.
If you're not one of the slow ones.
Exactly. It's like, I had to wait, so do you. How's this fair?
Exactly. Here's the next one. It says, we have no idea what this guy is doing. We have a feeling it's going to hurt.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. In Russia. Okay. Think raccoons are pesky. Every Russian child receives a bear-bashing bat at birth. It's a freaking bear.
That's fantastic. Yeah. You get out of here. Get out of here.
Dude, a bear could he'd snap that bat in a second, but maybe the bear doesn't know it. All right, now this was a video too. I wish so much I could have captured the video, but on the left side, this Russian woman, she comes out and there's a manhole cover there, and she starts emptying her garbage, 2 bags of garbage into this hole. She turns around and you can see at the right where she walks away and she's almost back in her building. Well, then there's a guy climbs up the ladder and he's got garbage all over him. What the hell?
And you know what's funny? Somebody called him out because it was backed up down there. Now they know why.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right, so that's the Russian people gone. Now, and what scares Ronda Rousey? All right, lingerie football. I caught this. Apparently, lingerie football is really intense, according to this coach.
Of course, why wouldn't it be?
Listen to this lingerie football coach absolutely berate one of his players. Now, it sounds like...
I've seen this.
Did you see this?
Yeah,
if Meg Hansen wants to keep her job, let's see, blah, blah, blah. Christmas. Okay. Oh, this is the Seattle Mist. This is the Seattle football team.
There you go.
Okay, so I just caught this today, and so for anybody that hasn't, we're gonna play this. Let's go.
Somebody actually came up with this. This is.
God damn it! We covered this shit over and over. Listen, we have covered that a fucking million times. Your job is the weak side tight end, not the fucking quarterback. Well, fucking watch her. That's your only responsibility. Shake it off. Get out there. God damn it.
It's like Les Miles from LSU.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
Boy, that girl can throw.
Oh, heck yeah.
Get her out. I don't want her in there. Son of a bitch. She's keeping them in this game. No more. She's fucking done.
Have you seen the interview with him afterwards?
You're gonna do on the goddamn ball. You've got to get deep. Fuck fucking A.
There's fans sitting just like right behind him. They just got to be thinking, dude, these are girls in lingerie playing football. Are you really taking it this seriously?
Yeah. Can you believe that?
Oh,
no,
man.
I didn't see the interview. What was that all about?
There's an interview with him. It was it might have been
Is he just a complete douche in real life?
no, it was actually pretty funny. God, I think it was like a Daily Show or something like that interviewed him, or maybe it was Tosh. It was Tosh. It was on Tosh.
Wow.
But there's an interview with him over that. It was pretty funny.
All right, so now we're gonna just hit on to the. We're going right into the lighter side, and here's our new. You might like this a little better, dude.
It's good. It's good every time.
This is not the old lady anymore. This is like
a baby.
8-month-old baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So get 15% smarter. We actually already saw that, so I don't think we're going to play that again, right?
All right.
Okay, we're not going to play that because we already saw that. And if you didn't see it, you should have tuned in sooner.
Who's that hot blonde? I don't know. She's awfully cute.
That's so cute. I'll play that part
The
again.
most important one.
Wait. Here we go. Just because she's so cute.
We're practice our vowels, okay? Okay, ready? A, E, I, O, U. Now, which one of those is the most important one?
I'm behind the camera going,
I don't know.
look at her, look at me. A? Teach your kid to say eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So absurd. I got on this kick about headlines that don't match, and finally I threw a whole bunch from away. I was going to play them last week or whatever. I ended up having there are, I don't know, the comical conservative, Mad News. There's Prissy Holloway. There's all these people, and they're all just freaking clickbaiters. What do you call it? Clickbait headlines?
Clickbait. Yep. It's all clickbait.
So this one actually came from IJ Review. Okay, independent whatever review. It says a street beatboxer learns the hard way to never judge grandmas. Well, you play the video, and the guy's out there with some music and a harmonica or whatever it was, and the little old lady standing there with her dog, she starts breakdancing and moving and stuff. It was cute. And the beatboxer...
Was he judging her to begin with?
No, the beatboxer was jamming with the woman. He was digging it and laughing. They're having fun. So I'm like on here, I couldn't resist. I'm like, this was a cute video. So I'm curious, IJ Review, why did you feel the need to do a clickbait headline for it? So it tells exactly how the street performer learned the hard way never to judge grandmas. I'm like, finally, I blocked that one too. Oh, and then on our the Blast site, Blast Facebook page, I started calling out the comical conservative, and I'm like, dude, we're just gonna keep pulling you up and laugh at you because you keep doing this clickbait stuff, you know. And I said that on his page, and I'm like, I was trolling a little bit, and I go, hey, you should listen to the Blast if you want current news, blah blah blah. So he blocked me from being able to comment.
Oh, brother.
So I looked at it, and I can't comment on his stuff. So I kept looking at his stupid headlines, and finally I deleted them. I'm like, I can't. It's freaking absurd idiots.
Absolutely.
All right. So last week, I just thought this was funny. Last week, I was out somewhere with Lisa, and I'm on my phone, and I was texting something to Andrew, and then Sierra said something, both two separate conversations.
Right.
And I think it was out at the movies or something, and then I look down, and I see that Andrew goes, sweet. And a couple minutes later, I look down and I see another sweet, and I thought it was Andrew. I don't know. Both Sierra and Andrew responded to me the exact same way within 5 minutes, 10 minutes of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was funny, so I put them both together. They both think alike.
Of course they do.
All right, you'll like this. So I did this kind of for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Drinks, anyone?
Well, yes, thank you.
Okay. This highly illegal in the U.S. contains poisonous cobra venom.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see those clearly. I know we'll be able to see them clearly once.
Oh, I can see them.
Dude, those are full cobra snakes inside of whatever alcohol it is. Isn't that crazy?
Some sort of a grain alcohol. I mean, it's a clear, so I'm guessing it's just moonshine.
Yeah. Here's one, Mamma Mia pizza beer.
Well, that's fantastically horrible.
Then that, yeah.
It's got oregano, basil, and tomato in it. Oh, jeez.
Look at this.
All right.
Hummus is made from fermented.
This I'm familiar with, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually
good.
Tastes like tequila rose. I mean, it's.
Dude, what's tequila rose?
Oh, it's like creamed tequila.
Okay, I want to know.
You don't want it, trust me.
Okay. Then this one says 2 to 3. I had to look at it closer. 2 to 3 day old mice are found at the bottom of this wine that ferments for a year. It's called wine with big mice.
Of course. And by the way, why wouldn't you want that?
Don't people literally get sick?
Well, I would have to say, well, no, because it's cured. I mean, it's you know, the alcohols and the fermentation process. I mean, there's actually nothing in there by the time it's done doing what it does that's going to hurt you. But they're pickled, essentially. But the thing is that who thought of that and why? Hey, Jim, you know what's a good idea? What's that, Brett? We should brew our own beer. Dude, I like the idea. Let's brew our own beer. And you know what we should really do that will make us stand out? What's that? Let's put slugs in it. I mean, let's just drop a couple slugs. You know, we can find them outside. They're everywhere. Yeah. Let's just throw a couple. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't we do that?
Yeah, they'll ferment. We'll let them sit in there for a year.
Right. Yeah, people will buy it. They'll think it's great.
Yeah.
You know?
Here's one. Rogue and Voodoo Donuts made.
This is fantastic, by the way.
Bacon maple ale.
Mm-hmm.
You've had that before, haven't you?
Oh, it's delicious.
Is it really?
It is absolutely fantastic.
Huh. Would you have a Voodoo donut with it or no?
It's all the goodness of beer combined. Well, no, you dip a donut in it.
Oh.
There you go. So that's what I'm seeing right there. Oh. Right. Exactly. Look at that. Oh, I know what that is.
Eels from the river are fermented with wine for a year before they're ready to serve.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mekong River Eel Wine.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Again, hey, let's put some slugs in it. I mean, seriously.
Hey, you know what's a good idea? What's that? Let's add some sort of a living creature to our alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. Why wouldn't we?
Look at this, bacon vodka. There is such a thing as too much bacon. No. No, there's not. I'm sorry. I mean, honestly, there's not.
By the way, that bacon vodka, you know what it would go good with?
What? Bacon.
Bloody Mary.
Oh, yeah, exactly, right?
Yep.
Okay, this one, scorpion vodka. This vodka is infused with real dead scorpions. Why?
And again, why? You got to ask the question, why?
Yeah.
It's just shock value. I mean, it's no different than like Goldschlager having little flakes of gold in it. I mean, it's the same idea, just to get you to notice.
Am I done yet? No, we're just getting.
No, wait, there's more.
Larva is at. Who thought I'm going to get moth larva and I'm going to add it to this beer or whatever? And moth larva is added to this drink during the bottling process.
No, try it. You'll love it. Seriously. Why don't I just have a regular beer?
It's like who would have thought of warm monkey brains? Hey, let's stick cut a hole in this table, put this monkey under it, so just the top of the head stick comes out. We're going to cut it off and we'll grab a spoon and eat the warm monkey brains. So this one is lizard wine.
Wow.
Gecko. There's a gecko plus
Yeah.
1 year of fermentation equals this god-awful concoction.
What the halibut?
Yeah.
That is just no. Why? Again, why?
Okay. Chica. Now, there's
This
such
one,
a thing as a
this one I've seen.
Chica is also a Costa Rican girl, but not here. This is nothing more than corn and human saliva.
Spit out and allowed to ferment.
Yeah,
It's spit. It's spit alcohol.
Spit out and fermented.
It is spit alcohol. That's exactly what it is. Wow. But you know what this? You know what this means? You see all this shit, like spit alcohol, and it means that the drug war is even more ludicrous than we would have ever imagined. It's like, because you can, let's make alcohol illegal. Let's take away the. No, we came up with this thing with spit. This works. Come on, man. You get drunk. Try it.
Here's a couple of pics to make you smile. Things that men do to upset women. Lie. Be honest. Not talking to them. Talking too much to them. Not showing any emotions. Being too emotional. And breathing.
And the last one especially, though, I find that to be more true than any of them on that list, quite frankly. So.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa said all we do is politics.
Yeah, exactly. We care about women. See that?
Yeah. But every time now, actually, because of all those previous things, you could actually be up a real shit crick.
Absolutely. That's fantastic.
There's a real shit crick.
Well, by the way, do you realize that was named after the family? Mr. and Mrs. Shit.
That's true, right?
Yeah, they got little Billy Shit, and they got Amy Shit, and I just pulled Amy out. Sorry, Amy, not you.
Now this is pretty funny. First one, to the individual who stole the bike previously here, if you have a shred of decency, you'll return it with a new lock and reevaluate your life choices. Next sign. Hey, bozo, it's illegal to lock your bike to a handicap pole. Check with the city for your bike. They probably removed it so it would not block a wheelchair-accessible van.
Nice. Always know, before you start to complain, always know the parameters within which you are about to complain.
Right. Now, you see this guy? It's illegal.
I love that.
He made freaking cookies.
That is fantastic, by the way.
iPhone cookies.
That is fantastic. I love that idea.
He says just as the cop is pulling him over or coming up, he takes a bite out of it.
And by the way, too, this guy, he eventually said what he did. He's a comedian. Oh, and he actually backtracked on the whole thing. It was his practical joke that he was doing, for like putting up on the internet and whatnot. And he actually, I don't know, I think he got roughed up by some cops. I didn't think it was all that fun. Something happened to him, and he wound up apologizing. I shouldn't have done that. And it was, because of that. There's more to that story.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, the cops, because that's how cops are.
Yeah.
Because the cop didn't come up to the window and go, dude, you can't talk on your cell phone. It's a cookie, sir. Here, crunch, there's a bite. And the cop should then look at him and go, all right, technically you haven't broken a law then. It's a cookie.
Wow.
And he should walk back to his car, but this guy got arrested and messed with, if I remember correctly.
Hey, so we're going to finish almost on time tonight, but I'm just curious about
look at
something.
that.
Rapper Ice-T, so there's a conservative guy out here. Let me see. Never mind. I'm not even going to talk about this because it would put a conservative blogger and person that I'm trying to work with on something. It put some friction there, so I'm not going to.
All right, then. Well, thanks for. Hey, Jim, I've got this really, really important thing I want to share real quick. You know what? Never mind.
Shit. Dude. All right. Let me. I'm gonna go ahead and add this one picture. Let's see. P1. You'll like this. Now you've probably seen this, okay? Because I like you love to get my news off Yahoo. I'll pull up Yahoo
Yeah.
Or I get my mail or something, and they've got all those little blocks, little stories,
Absolutely.
and they run through. But some of them are pretty freaking good. There's nothing wrong with it. Amy was saying, "Oh no, I didn't." No, 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 no. It's good.
It's Entano news. It's just meant to entertain, and there's a hidden in Yahoo every now and then is a viable story.
Yeah.
But they'll have like Russia invades United States, drops nuclear bombs on New York, and then right next to it is a story about, hey, one of the Kardashians was getting out of the car and you could almost see her vagina. It's like that's
Now,
that's the story right next to it.
This is one of those, hey, you can see the Kardashians' vagina type things. Okay, I got to admit. Bobby Flay, and we like him because we're in the food business. I don't like him.
Absolutely.
I know who he is. Was taunted by cheater airplane banner during a Hollywood Walk of Fame. So he's getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and his wife, apparently, ex-wife, had an airplane flying along and pulled behind the air.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cheater. That's fantastic. Now, at the same time, my advice to her would be, freaking let it go. Why did you? I mean, that must have cost a bunch of money to get that plane up there with that thing on it.
Well, it might have been his money, though.
Oh, actually, you know what? Good point. It was his credit card that paid for it.
Yeah. Let me double check something here if this is worth. Okay, I don't even know if this is worth showing or not, but it's only about a minute, and it makes. We have to do something political that makes fun of Obama. So let me go back to do this.
These latest accusations, like all previous such accusations, are ludicrous. As a matter of long-standing policy, the United States does not support political transitions by non-constitutional means. Political transitions must be democratic, constitutional.
What?
Watch.
Oh, whoa. The U.S. has a long-standing practice of not promoting, what did you say? How long-standing is that?
Exactly. Is that in the last 20 minutes, you ignorant moron, red-headed, stupid?
Without getting into history, is that we do not support, we have no involvement with, and these are ludicrous accusations.
Is she really that stupid?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
God, that's weird. And by the way, she really believes her own vomit that's coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, and the one who's even worse is that Marie Harf. You ever seen her?
Oh, I'm not sure. Do you have a clip?
No, she's that blonde.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, just all right.
Well, that's a special level of ignorance. And actually, that statement was so ignorant, you would almost think that she's more of an actress, trying to play a role on a fake news show, to invoke this type of response. To where I'm like, is she? Oh my gosh, she just got me interested in her because she's so stupid. I gotta know more about her.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with Josh Earnest and these guys. They come out there, the Obama spokespeople. Here, okay, I put this picture up in response to something that you had said lightheartedly. First of all, Sierra said lightheartedly that she apologizes for all young people, blah blah blah, and so I put this picture up, but I want to get some clarification to it. Put it up here. I was pretty moved by this picture. I think a lot of people were, and it gave me faith in young people. So this photo shows a young Marine. These guys are probably 24, 23, 24, 25 years old.
Sure.
Photo shows the couple, Marine Corporal Caleb Earwood and his new wife Maggie praying together before the ceremony while honoring the tradition of the bride and groom not seeing one another beforehand. That gave me hope. That gave me hope in the young people. I think, looking at, listening to Sierra and all she's doing, that gives me hope in young people. There's the YouTube channel, Julie something or whatever. She does these goofy videos, probably 22, 23 years old, whatever. These young people who are stepping forward, and I start to think that maybe they're looking at the mistakes that the generation or two ahead of them have made, baby boomers and all that, and looking at their great-grandparents, our grandparents' ages, and going, you know what? we know a better way. That was the better way.
Mm-hmm.
Not what my parents did, not what, you know.
Unfortunately, I think these are exceptions to the rule anymore.
I don't know. I don't want to.
It's a tough one.
I mean, we look at the news, my God, and you see, yeah, it's almost hopeless, but you don't want to lose hope.
Absolutely.
I look at my kids, your kids. I don't know your kids. I assume that they're pretty smart and doing the right thing. I know mine.
Yep, absolutely. What some of the videos that I've seen, that they're more of a kind of a joke, I guess, or they're more kind of in a documentary style. But there was one where the interviewer had gone out to a college campus where America's youth are being educated.
Right.
And they're the future leaders of this country, all that cliche stuff. And asking about Hillary Clinton and why would you vote for her, and what, name something that she's done right. They have no idea. Well, because she's a woman and it's time for a woman, and I'm like, man, that's some of that stuff is like, man, you don't even. She has a vagina, so therefore she should be president. Yeah, but she's also a liar. Yeah. Every time,
like what's the name, Jesse Waters or whatever from Waters World does that with Bill O'Reilly, and he goes out and interviews people.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
This is what we're like. What? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
Those people exist.
Let's close out the show with our. Wait, do you have anything more?
No, I'm good.
We're good?
We actually got through the show without talking about Bruce Jenner.
Dude, I was going to, and Lisa...
Why?
Lisa said, oh, you're just going to talk about the Bruce Jenner and all that crap, blah, blah, blah. Did you want to talk about him?
No, I don't think we need to.
I'm tired.
I am. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. I'm sick and tired. And by the way, the one thing I will say, though, and I made a few comments about this, but if I hear one more person refer to him as courageous.
Oh, okay,
holy crap! Are you kidding me?
All right, let's talk about him for a minute. ESPN is going to honor him with the Courageous Award when that college basketball player, and I cannot think of her name right now, died of cancer here just recently, went out and played in a game, did all of that. There are the guy, I can't think of his name. You posted him on our Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
He's the Army guy. He's missing an arm and a leg. Did you see him on Dancing with the Stars this year?
No, I did not.
Oh, dude, I promise you. Go type his name in and put Dancing with the Stars and watch any of his especially the last 2 or 3 dances. Dude, you'll sit there and cry. He is so amazing. Dude, he takes the girl, one hand, holding her.
One of the points that I made about the whole Bruce Jenner thing was, it kind of occurred to me, we live in a culture right now where, and we've all heard the term, it's called fat shaming, and it's something that really, really, really involves women, I think, more than men, because men don't care. It's like, yeah, I'm fat, I'm fine.
Right.
But women seem to have issue with it, like the fitness mom on the web that the super fitness. I'm trying to think of her name, and I'll never remember it. But she got all that flack because she was saying, you're just making excuses if you're not getting out there, getting healthy and getting thin,
right?
And keeping your body. And then she gets attacked for it, and and then what's the argument all the time is that you get all these heavy-set women, and there's nothing. I'm not judging them, but all these heavy-set women and all these wannabe activists, who are on, they defend the heavy-set. And what's the thing they always say is, you should love your body just how it is. You should love yourself for who you are. You don't have to be thin. You don't have to be. Now these are the same morons that are going like, oh, Bruce Jenner, you cut off your penis and you have fake boobs, and oh, you changed yourself into this woman. It's so courageous that you did it. Oh my gosh. And then I say, that chick's fat. She should lose weight. Oh, what are you talking about? She's fine how she is. Just leave her alone. What? I mean, we live in that world.
Yeah.
We live in that world. I mean, telling somebody that they're overweight and unhealthy, that's fat shaming. Ah, you can't do that. Oh, women should be happy with themselves and the body they are given. Apparently, men shouldn't be.
Right.
And women that become men shouldn't be happy with their bodies they're given. It's just the screw that is twisting in this society right now is just so bizarre.
Right. And I'll just say this out loud, I guess, because I don't know. But I'm going to ask the question. I wonder when he closes his eyes and faces God, if God's going to say the words, I don't know you.
Ooh. Right.
You know?
I know somebody named Bruce who was a guy, but I don't know who you are.
Like, when the Bible says, somebody would say, but Lord, look at all the things I did in your name. I don't know you. In other words, a lot of these preachers they're going to hell. They're like, but Lord, look at all those things I did in your name. I don't know you, because your heart and the way you actually lived, you took all that money and you bought a $65 million plane and you did this and you did that, and you really weren't doing anything about me. Here, I'm gonna, at the sake of we're gonna get shut down, but I'm gonna show you this. They're gonna shut us down when I do this, probably like the.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Now, in spite of his amazing ability with his handicap, or his missing an arm and all that, it's very impressive. But good Lord, I hate this show.
Okay,
This is the most I've ever seen of it.
Watch this, dude.
What we've been rehearsing in the ending, I think it's really powerful.
It was powerful.
It's real. You know?
Watch this. We're gonna get blocked in all the things, but you got to see this.
Just shut it off. I don't even care.
You got to watch this.
No, listen. I understand the amazingness that's going on here, but I cannot stand this.
I love this.
Oh God, I hate this stuff. Oh, I hate it.
Dude, with his arm and his leg.
Oh, I'm absolutely impressed by the abilities that he still has.
Look at him.
Yeah.
That's courageous.
Well, I think it takes a lot more guts to do what he's doing and a lot more effort to do what he's doing than what Bruce did.
Look at him. That's fucking courageous, man.
I agree.
In front of everybody.
And he's actually doing something physical, something that takes talent, something that takes effort. You think ESPN would recognize that more than they would recognize an ex-athlete who's decided to cut off his penis. I don't see the point,
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
We're going to lose the show because of that.
Yeah, that's it. We just got, never mind. This whole thing was a waste now. All right, good night, everybody.
No, they'll block it in several countries, and then I'll have to go back in and I'll cut that little part
out. Cut it out, and that'll be fine.
I'll edit it. So let's go back to turn out the lights.
And so now say all again. That's fantastic.
Same old thing. Dude, it was a good show. We just ran through.
Absolutely.
No show.
We started on time. It was our first clean start, I think ever.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
Good ending.
Absolutely.
It's a good show. All right, so we're going to call it a night, and I'm going to hit stop broadcast. Goodbye, everybody, because we're going to have people watching. I know that we did. All right.
So long. See ya.